while I'm traveling. So as you've seen, I've already woken up in the place that I'm staying and I've made myself a coffee, which I'll be drinking that while I pull myself some cards for the day. And I like to try and pull some cards and do a little meditation after I've drunk my coffee and done my cards, and just do all this before I get on any kind of social media, before I'm on Instagram or YouTube or anything, before I consume any content basically. So I just shuffle myself some cards. Three tarot cards for the day. I will show you what I got in a minute after I've done my oracles. I've been pulling a lot from the Earth Magic Oracle, and I'm definitely going to go ahead and pull one card. And I've been getting this card a lot on this trip, so I do think it really is bringing me to my breath, bringing me to nature. I do want to pull another one today because I just feel like I want to, and I think I'm going to pull from the Queen of the Moon Oracle, and I'm also going to pull from my dragon deck as well, so I'm just going to go grab that. And if you're wondering what decks that I brought with me on my travels, then do check out the video that I posted already, the video called What Decks I Brought With Me. So, and then I have all the decks and the books that I brought with me on this trip. Growth. What a pretty card. Now from the Diana Cooper Dragon Oracle. What message do the dragons have for me today? Air Dragon helps you rise above earthly matters, communicate honestly, bring inspiration and hope, see life from a higher perspective. Exactly what I was asking for today. I'll show you the cards that I got. The Breathe Forest card, this Growth card, the Air Dragon card, and then the Tarot I got the Knight of Wands, which was a very dominant card in my spreads yesterday. The Moon, interesting, and the Page of Cups. So if you saw my other Day in the Life of a Witch video, can I rest that there? Yeah, you would have seen in that video that I pull my tarot cards and then I like to go back to them in the evening and analyse my day and how I feel like those cards showed up for me. Another thing that I find really helpful for starting your day, and especially when you're sort of away from your comfort zone and away from your like really more solid routine, and you have to sort of create your own routine when you're on a trip, sort of think in the evening time, okay, like what things have I struggled with today, how can I deal better with those the following day, and like knowing that those things are on my mind right before I go to sleep, then I seem to have like a more of an intention when I wake up, like a goal. I'm a very sensitive person and I have been dealing with those things within myself, and that's been a massive part of my practice and my path as a witch, is sort of really diving deeper and healing a lot of things within myself. Yesterday I was struggling a bit with focusing on my path, myself, my journey, and knowing that that's my job here. My job here is to master my path, my life, but I often find myself getting my mind wrapped up in other people and helping others, or how can I fix things. This mindset is not a healthy mindset for me. That doesn't really help others anyway, because we're all here to sort of grow in our own way. Do get really worried about other people because we do affect each other, and you can't deny that, like we do affect each other. So where you focus is where your energy goes. Also, it's like, what am I going to accept? We attract the vibration that we are as well, so always sort of putting people before myself, always worrying about other people. It invites people to not to worry about me or whatever, because I don't worry about me. Anyway, I've talked enough, but what I was getting at was reflecting on your day at night in order to set intentions for the next day. So the main intention that I set for today was to really focus on me, my inner work, even more so than I have. Maybe I'm going to write out my goals or something. We'll see how the day plays out, but the main goal point in my head is like self-care. So it sounds really selfish, but like, I'm here, we're always where we need to be, so the universe has brought me to this situation so that I can really get through this stuff and have these realizations, because I'm getting there, you know, with this inner work, with becoming the person that I came here to grow to be. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my coffee, and then I'm going to do my meditation. I will catch up with you when I've got more stuff to talk about, when I do something else. So I just finished my meditation. Now I'm starting to feel hungry, but before I eat, I'm going to do some exercises. So what I've been doing is, you saw those steps that I was walking up to go make my coffee, and there's more steps that go down into the garden area. Just been doing those 2 flights of stairs since I've been here. I'm not a big fitness person, but I know how important it is, and I've been feeling like if I don't exercise in a day, I really start to feel groggy and I just don't feel good. And I know it's because I'm not getting like that baseline exercise. And then I will do my 22 lengths. So whenever I'm in a place where there's a pool, I make sure I do 22 lengths in the pool.
Jawline, it's alright, we're alright, yeah. Jawline, it's alright, we're alright. Deep inside of you, deep inside of you. Come along, come along.
Okay, so now it's time where I want to do a spell for myself, and I don't do spells every day on holiday whilst traveling or anything like that. I just like to do them when I feel called to do them, and actually this is the first time I felt called to do a spell on this trip. I don't have my cauldron with me and my usual tools, but I'm just going to be doing sort of a simplified version of a spell. I didn't get this anywhere, it's just come from my own consciousness, and it's just very simple. I'm not going to go into what I want to do a spell on, but it's something I want to call in for myself, something I just want to back up with a bit more energy. We can call things in. Sorry, my mum keeps messaging me, distracting me. We can call things in for ourselves. We don't need spells to do that, of course we don't, in my opinion. So even though I identify as a witch, I don't do spells every day. Every time I want to bring something into my life, a spell isn't always in the only way I'll do that. There's many ways I think we can work with the energies of the universe, and spells is a great way to do that. But as I don't have my cauldron and all my usual herbs and ingredients and tools and stuff, I would be doing a very simplified spell. So this is just something I want to call in for the universe for myself, and I want to do it in a certain time scale. So I'll be working on that. And what I will do is I get a book that isn't just like any old crappy notepad. This is like a book where I put my manifestations or more like special requests or notes of sorts. So this is a really nice pad as well, so it's furry. So I do recommend like using a pad and like a pen. Like this is a nice gel pen that you like and you respect, and is like I like using this for special occasions sort of thing. It doesn't have to be a spell book. This isn't my spell book. My spell book is in storage because I didn't think that I would be doing any spells particularly while I was out here, but like I said, I was called to do one today, and I so happened to be recording my day in the life of a witch whilst travelling, so it actually worked out quite perfect. So I have my book, a nice pen I like using, so using a tarot deck. I'm using this really nice, beautiful Ethereal Visions deck, and I've not done any spells with this before. I was just really called to use it today. I'm trying to get more connected with this deck, and I think doing a spell with it is a great way to get more connected with the deck, so I recommend that as well, making the effort to try different means to connecting with it. Also going to call in the help of a goddess, so I'll be using this Legendary Ladies Goddess Oracle. I was in the garden and I saw that they had a little herb section and they had abundance of sage growing, so I picked myself some sage leaves, which smells lovely, and Sage is my familiar, my pet cat. He's also called Sage, so I feel a very strong connection with the herb sage, and I think a lot of us witches do feel very connected with sage as it is. So like I said, I don't have my cauldron, I'm not going to be burning anything, I don't feel comfortable burning up a spell somebody else's house. This is just going to be here, and I'm going to leave it out over my cards, and also then I'm going to wrap up my spell. I'm going to write out my spell on a page, and then I'm going to fold it. Once I've written it, I'm going to fold like a package you would, and then I'll fold in the sage inside that package. I'll fold it in. I will write down the cards that have come through at the bottom of my spell, and I always write my own spells, and they tend to be like poetic, like rhymey, and that's just how the style I like to write my spells in. But you can write your spells however you feel called to write your spells. So it doesn't have to be poetic, it doesn't have to be rhymey, that's just how I like to do it. I'm not going to do this on camera, I'm not going to share my exact spell, because for me that like interrupts with the energy, because this is like a personal thing between me and the universe. What the cards will tell me is how I can focus in the time scale I've set myself for the spell. It's like how I can focus my energy towards this happening. For example, like this card has got the Hermit out, so if the Hermit was to come out for the spell, then I would know I need to go within and find like the inner wisdom, like listen out for that inner knowledge, that voice within that is giving me guidance, what steps to take. Like with the Knight of Wands, if this came up in my spell, it would be asking me to really make steps towards your passion happening. So don't sort of sit on your laurels, not like sitting around waiting for things to happen, sort of moving forward with them and making big steps and leaps and bounds forward, moving out of whatever mindset or place you're in. And if you were to get these together, you might think, oh, they're different energies, like how would that work together? Well, it works for, in my mind it would work that, yeah, I need to move forward with that towards things that I feel passionate about with the Knight of Wands, but at the same time, combined with the Hermit, I would feel like that's saying you need to sort of shift how you look for your inner guidance and for your inner wisdom. What are other ways that you can approach finding that inner wisdom, that inner joy, getting more of a deeper connection? So what can you change? How can you, like, moving from your habits of how your normal hermit behaviours, and how can you sort of still find that guidance but from a different angle and a different perspective, and moving and shifting that process. I'm going to get on with this spell now. I hope that maybe you will be inspired now to maybe try something similar out for yourself, as this is very simple. I think if you've got a deck, you've got a book, any kind of offering you can find. You don't even have to have an offering really. For me, it strengthens and just puts a bit more energy behind the spell for me. But I think even just with a tarot deck and a book, you'll be fine. Okay, so good luck if you're going to try the spell. The spell is now done, and the sage is all wrapped up in there back. And there we are, lovely. I think I will mark it with a nice little heart to the universe there. And I also, after, like I always do this when I cast my spells, but I sat and did a nice meditation where I visualised the outcome of the spell, how I want it to turn out, and just really let all those good feelings of that manifestation and that visualisation flow through me, and really feel that emotion right down to the heart chakra. Now I put that out to the universe and I just, so mote it be, guys, it shall happen. Feeling really good after that though. And Sage, he's helping me visualise. I thought I would update you on where I am with my day. I've just been watching YouTube for the last 40 minutes. I've just been sketching, if you can see, while I was watching. And this is the moon card. So this is my point of reference. It's just the old Rider-Waite. Yeah, so that's just a little sketch, and it's just a nice relaxing thing to do while you're maybe catching up on YouTube or whatnot. And I've said this before, to help like connect more with the card and just see more of the details on the card and what symbolism and what messages are coming through from that. It's the end of the night now. I thought I would do the review of my tarot cards that I got today and how I felt they played out, how the energies played out for me, and then I will sort of wind down for bed, so I will end this vlog. First we have the moon card. I forgot to say that I did do another round of exercise on the staircases. It was in the moonlight tonight. It was dark outside. This card definitely came to my mind because obviously I was in the moonlight and I realized how different things look in the moonlight. For example, at one point I like jumped because I thought I was about to step on a lizard, because there's lizards out here. It wasn't a lizard, it was a leaf, a curled up leaf. When I looked closer. So it just shows you how the moon card, it sort of represents that same kind of energy, how things look different to what they really are, you know, things aren't how they seem, basically. Not to like get too scared or fearful of anything, because in this sort of energy things aren't how they seem. It was like good to see like a literal representation of that showing up in my day. Another thing is with the moon card is it's a very intuitive card, and today I've really been following the threads of my intuition. So when I would feel like, oh, this feels right to do, I just went straight with it. Like I was really in tune with my intuition today. And in the same way, I was following the threads of my intuition, the moon card, but I was also putting in the action and following through with what my intuition was telling me, which is the action of the Knight of Wands card. So that was a good combination of the cards there that really showed up in my day. So I did a lot of meditating today. I probably meditated a total of 4 times, which I was really happy with. I just wanted to, which is like refreshing. So I really felt like I was connected with my inner world, which I feel as well is the moon energy as well. And sort of another thing is that I have a tendency to worry too much. My imagination can run away with me sometimes, and I just start imagining things are way worse than they really are. And it was just knowing, look, this is the moon energy, and just to not worry. Sort of like when you're walking in the moonlight, in that dark light, you can only worry about the steps right in front of you, like what's right in front of you. You can't look ahead a mile into the distance because it's just darkness. So let me just focus on me here right now in my life. What can I do right now for me in my life? This is all I have control over, that moon energy. Everything's dark and all I have is the couple of steps space in front of me. So it's like bringing that focus to the here and now and the present, and not getting so wrapped up in the future and what could come or what could happen. I definitely felt that moon energy present in my day. Next card was the Knight of Wands. So the word that really came through clearly for me today with the Knight of Wands card was choose. I choose. And that's such an important realization that I personally had for myself today, was that today something shifted in me and I felt like it was the Knight energy, the Knight of Wands, like really coming through. I've been doing like leaps and bounds on some personal struggles this year in total, and really just faced a lot of fears and tackled like a lot of things. I always had this sort of attitude around it, like I know that I have to do this because it's like when you hit rock bottom, you know, it's like I hit rock bottom, I have no choice, I have to climb myself out of the dark well, I have no choice, I have to do this, like I have to do this or I'm gonna die, or I'd just rather die, because I got to that point, like I have to do this sort of attitude that I had, which was actually making everything more painful. Things seem harder than they actually were, because I had like a realization of, hang on a minute, I choose to do this. Like I'm choosing to do this, not just because I feel like I have to, because I know I have to. I don't want to regret it when I'm older. I know the future me is like, please do this for the sake of the future you know, like that sort of the approach I had before. But it's like, no, I'm choosing to do this because I want it. I want the benefits. Like I choose this. I'm not doing it because I feel I have to. I'm doing this because I'm choosing to do it. I want to do it here, now, in the present, like choosing, making that choice. And that's like a really big shift for me. So for example, with the exercising, I exercised twice today, and normally before today I hate exercising. I really hate it with a passion. I only like swimming, but today I was like, no, like I'm choosing this. It feels good. Like I want to exercise, and you know why it feels good? Because I know then I can go on long walks and not be in pain. Just like I choose it because I want it. I choose to do this because I feel the benefits. I feel better. I look better in the end for it. You know, there's so many benefits for this, and I actually instantly feel better after I have exercise. So realizing like I choose this, and that was a big shift in my mental state, like the way I've been thinking about these things. Another thing is like just acting on things, putting in the action, setting a goal and acting on it, no overthinking, and just moving forward with things. So I really felt that sort of like push of passion coming from the Knight today. Like just keep going. Like, okay, you know, I've meditated, what do I want to do next? Exercise. Okay, I've exercised, what do I want to do next? Take a shower. Oh, I've taken a shower, what do I want to do next? Being thoughtful about what I'm doing and not just like letting time just lapse past me while I'm frozen in thought, and keeping that moving mentality. That's how I mostly felt the Knight showing up today. Last but not least, we have the Page of Cups, which I think is like quite obvious, because the Page of Cups, that card of meditation, that card of the arts. And today I've spent a lot of time meditating. I felt arty and inspired to draw, which I haven't felt inspired to draw in ages. Also, I always think of, obviously it's the cups and the Page of Cups, having that sort of innocent energy, and I really just like indulged in that innocent energy that is within all of us, but that was within myself, and holding compassion and love for myself in that sort of unconditional childish way, where I would like to be moving quicker with things like we all would. I wish I had progressed so much more with my meditation or with my exercise, but it's like this helped me keep that compassion for myself and knowing that nothing's overnight, you know. It's a practice. We work on things and we practice and we enjoy it while we do, because there's so much to learn in the practice itself. And the last thing with the Page of Cups is I was visualizing my future a lot today, and like in a positive way, and staying in that sort of daydreamy sort of state of like, look, I'm looking forward to how I know things are going to do, because that's how I manifest in my life that way, and looking forward to those manifestations, working on that. I did my spell and really sort of celebrating those visuals and staying positive and in that dreamy sort of state that we sometimes feel with the Page of Cups. So yeah, that is my reflections on my tarot cards today. I felt like they really came through for me in my day, and in overall I feel like it's been a good day. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for joining me. Sage is sleeping. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I hope to see you in